Hey guys, Mark here from Fushby Gaming. So today I thought I'd tackle one of the biggest problems when it comes to starting out and playing Rift, and that's choosing a class and choosing its souls. So obviously we'll start with just what kind of classes you can go. Your warrior class, your cleric class, your rogue class, and your mage class. Now each class has the option to have up to 8 souls. So you first have to choose your class, and then once you get in game you'll start your questing, and as you quest you unlock more and more souls. Now a word of warning is the first 3 souls you choose you'll be stuck with in the first starting zone. As you slowly progress through the game you'll unlock more souls for your class, and you will need to buy sub-specs to be able to modify them, or reset your talent trees to modify them. So whatever you choose at the start you're not bound with, so don't feel worried if you choose the wrong thing and then you don't have to start your character all over again. You can just go through the game, keep going with what you've got. It's not going to be that bad. Get up to the point where you can reset your talent trees and then insert your sub-soul that you've learned through the Rift challenges and whatnot. So yeah, look, let's just say I chose Warrior, I choose my 3 class, I choose Champion, Paladin and Paragon. Probably the worst combination in the world, I don't know, I'm just picking things out of my head here. So what you can do then is you can open up my what I've found here on Google. I take no credit for this is something that I've found. The Rift Soul Selector. Now this will point you in the direction of what your classes can be and how well they can do it. So the legend here is green for warrior, yellow for rogue, blue for mage, and red for cleric. Now obviously you get your choices at the top. What do you want your main role to be at end game? Tank, healer, DPS / support. So you go down your chart and you find out what you want to be. Now obviously if you choose a colour and you want that colour, so let's just say I go down the tanking tree. I want to be a tank. Do I want to suck at it? No. Do you need the option of different tanking styles or want to wear plate? No, I don't want those. So I go Riftstalker. Now since I've chosen Riftstalker as my first soul, that means I would be binding myself to the rogue class. So that means I'd have to go through the other trees and pick other things. So if I want to be a tank, which is my Riftstalker, I've then got to go down. Well, I can't go down my healer tree because there is no yellow in the healer tree. So there'd be no main role healers for rogues. Then I can go look down my DPS tree, and I can either choose to want to be DPS or support. Now I can't see my DPS tree yet because I've chopped this in half, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. But I can choose support role. Do I want to be melee or spell based? So I want to be, obviously I can only go one colour, which is yellow. I go hybrid and I go bard. Now bard is obviously a class that can melee, cast and heal. So I choose, so far I've got Riftstalker as a tank and bard as another soul, which means I'll be able to do a bit of buffing and maybe a bit of healing as well. And then I would obviously need to move off into my DPS tree. Now my DPS tree will obviously provide me maybe some buffs, maybe some damage, some increased damage. So we'll go into the DPS tree here, and okay, so do I want to be a tank with a pet? I can say yes, and I can go down and go straight to ranged and choose ranger. Now if I'm tanking, there's probably not much point in me shooting with a bow. So what I'd be looking for is going, well, I can't have a pet because that looks like it's restricting me with my range. So I want to go down a bit more. I want to say, no, I don't want a pet. What kind of attacks do I want? Now look, because I'm a tank, I'd probably go with something maybe melee, because it makes more sense, wouldn't it? Do I want stealth? No, I don't want stealth. So you can go further down. What kind of damage do I spread? Single target is my only option here. And do I want a dual wield? Yes. So I've really made the wrong choice there, because if I'm tanking, I'm just going to go off the assumption that my first choice is wearing a shield. It may not, but I'll probably go back up my tree, go back through what kind of attacks do I want to do. Hybrid. Do I want stealth? I don't, because I'm going to be tanking. What kind of damage do I want to spread? Well, maybe I want to make myself a bit of an AoE tank that can also do a bit of healing and support. So I'm going to go down through to Saboteur. So look, plenty of options, and this tree will really help you get through those options and at least kind of know what your class is made for. Like in the DPS tree, you're really not going to see the Chloromancer in there for mages, because again, the Chloromancer really exists in the not so great healing roles. So plenty of options. I suggest get onto this soul selector, give it a shot, at least learn what you want to play when Rift actually gets released. Again, it's not far away at all. The open beta starts very, very soon, so you're going to see a lot more players on there, and you'd probably feel a lot more comfortable if all those players were able to make a choice. So I'll put a link in the section below. Spread this link around, pass it on to your friends who might be thinking about playing this game. Make sure you know, create a nice group with your mates and whatever. At least you know when you're leveling and doing dungeons, you kind of have a bit of everything in your group that way. And don't forget, don't feel pressured in what you choose. Your class can change. You're never locked to any souls. It only requires you to unlearn your souls and then replace them. It's a really great class. Well, I guess it's a really great way of doing classes and specs in this game. Alright, that's all I got. I'm pretty keen on getting into the next Rift beta here, so just waiting for my invite for that, and once we get in there we'll get a lot more Rift footage. But I thought this was a pretty important video that I better share with you guys, because I mean a lot of people will find it handy now and once the game is released. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, like, subscribe and recommend.